Hey guys, alright, so first I want to say don't mind my hair. I just got out of the shower and I'll be doing that later. Alright, so I wanted to do an eye tutorial for you guys. I was trying to think of what I call this because I was going to say just like how I wear one darker colored shadow. But then I also do a highlight color and a blending color. So I couldn't call it a one shadow look. So I don't know what to call it. But basically it's what I do when I wear just one darker color all over the lid and how I blend it up and do all of that. So here it is. I did use the Naked palette with it, but later on I show you like different dupes, or not necessarily a dupe, but different things that I use besides the Naked palette. So if you want to know how I got this look, then keep watching. Alright, so I went ahead and primed my lids with Urban Decay Primer Potion. I put it all over my lid, up into my brow bone, inner corner, etc. Okay, so what I want to kind of reiterate is I am going to use the Naked palette just because I've had so many requests to do a tutorial using this palette, but you don't have to. And I'm just going to show you a few dupes that you can use instead. For my main lid color, I'm going to be using Smog from the Urban Decay palette. I like to use Dark Horse, the same kind of thing as well. Okay, so some other things you can use. This is the Revlon Color Stay 12-Hour Eyeshadow Palette in Coffee Bean. I do this look a lot with these two colors. Alright, you can use the Maybelline Stylish Smokes. This is in number 02 Natural Smokes. I use these two colors and even this dark brown color as well. You can use Wet n Wild Nutty. This is kind of a dupe to Satin Taupe. Alright, you can use, MAC Tempting. You can use MAC Mulch. You can use Cordury. You can use Brown Down. There are so many colors you can use. Any kind of color, like dark brown, you can use medium brown. You can use the same technique and use a different color as well. Alright, so I guess what I'm just trying to reiterate is that I use all of these different shades that I showed you to do the same look. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is take a neutral shade to use on your inner corner and under your brow bone. Since I'm doing such a dark lid, I don't want to have like a super shimmery highlight. So using the Naked palette, I am going to take Virgin, which is this really light kind of shimmery champagne shade, and I am using, this is a new brush I just got. It's the e.l.f. Eyeshadow C brush, and I am just going to apply this right in the inner corner, and I'm not going to go very far in on my lid. I'm just focusing it really right on the inner corner. And the reason I think that this is kind of different than some other looks is that I don't take it very far on the lid. So your focus really is the darker color. Alright, so, and I was gonna say, okay, about this Virgin color, a lot of the palettes have similar colors that you could use. So the Maybelline Stylish Smokes has this light shade, the Revlon palette has this light shade, alright? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my lid color, and I am going to apply a base since I'm using a darker brown. I don't always do this, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to. This is Root Cream Color Base by MAC. I'm going to take my finger, rub it in it, and just dab it on my eyelid, all over my eyelid, and I'm not really going up into the crease. I'm just keeping it on my lid and taking it not quite all the way into the inner corner. I don't want to hit that shadow I just put on there. And I just blend, dabbing. I just dab it until I get it blended in. Alright, so once I have that base down, I'm going to take my dark color. I'm going to use the same e.l.f. brush, I'm going to my Naked palette, and I'm going to use Smog today, which is just, I think, like a medium brown with some kind of coppery golden accents in it. Okay, I'm trying to show you. I don't know if that even helps. Make sure you tap off the excess to this because it does have a lot of fallout. And then I'm just going to pat this color all over my lid. Not going into the inner corner, but I am doing the majority of my lid. And I'm going to take it up into the crease just slightly. Keep patting it in. All right, I know it looks crazy now, but I am gonna blend it out. But that is the shape that I'm going for. So once I have that base down, I'm going to take my dark color. I'm gonna use the same e.l.f. brush. I'm going to my Naked palette, and I'm gonna use Smog today, which is just, I think, like a medium brown with some kind of coppery golden accents in it. I'm trying to show you. I don't know if that even helps. Make sure you tap off the excess to this because it does have a lot of fallout. And then I'm just going to pat this color all over my lid. Not going into the inner corner, but I am doing the majority of my lid. And I'm going to take it up into the crease just slightly. Keep patting it in. All right, I know it looks crazy now, but I am going to blend it out. But that is the shape that I'm going for. All right, so now once I have that color on both lids, I take whatever product is left on my brush. I don't get any more. And I just kind of sweep the color into my inner corner. Not completely, but just a little bit to kind of blend the two colors together. And you can use, I only do kind of one layer, I guess, if that makes sense. I only dip into my product once because I think the Urban Decay is pigmented enough. You might have to do, you know, more layers if you want a deeper color or the shade isn't as pigmented, etc. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pencil brush. This is from Sigma, it's the 219. I'm gonna go back into the Smog color, and I'm just gonna drag this underneath my lower lash line, keeping it really close to my lash line. All right, and now I'm gonna start the blending process, which is really important with this because you have such a severe line. The first thing I do is I like to blend without a shadow. So I'm gonna take the Sonia Kashuk. This is just the crease brush, I think, nothing on it. Naked, I suppose. And I am just going to go right at the top of this color here. And I'm just going to start doing swiping motions back and forth. And I'm gonna start with the inside half of my eyelid. I'm not going to go all the way back and forth at first. And try not to drag this color into the inner corner. Don't pull your brush all the way down to get darkness in there. And I just like to go back and forth. And you wanna keep doing this until you've gotten rid of the line for the most part. All right, see the difference between the inner halves? All right, I'm gonna wipe off my brush on my shorts, and I'm gonna do the outer corner. Same thing. I don't wanna go all the way into the crease because I don't wanna lose that like depth of my color. I'm just gonna stay on the outer corner. And be careful, I do this if I'm in a hurry. I'll go really fast and then I pull the color and then I get dark down through here. So make sure you stay in this area. And I'll even do little circles to blend this color up through here. But just same motion. And on this, I do pull it up and out a little bit as well, to kind of give that almond cat eye shape, I guess. And I know this is really repetitive, but I just kind of want to like show how much blending I do. All right, so there we go. That is how much blending I did just with the crease brush without any color on it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and then I'm gonna come back. So now once I have both sides blended out, I am gonna do a little bit more with kind of a neutral eyeshadow color. You don't have to. I like to do it just to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. I'm gonna take my MAC 217 and the one thing that is nice about the Naked palette is it does have your highlight shade, your darker shade, and your kind of blending, like more natural shade, which in this case would be Naked. So that's kind of the bonus above some of the drugstore quads, is that they don't usually, at least I found, have kind of a matte, skin-toned, flesh-toned shade that you can use to blend. So you can use whatever you have. Usually I will use Wedge by MAC for me. That's usually the color that I grab for to blend. Sometimes I'll even use Brulee if I'm a little bit paler. Normally it's Wedge. But I am going to use the Naked in this case from the Naked palette. And I think this is really similar to Wedge. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do this. Can you see those two? Kind of. Wedge is a little bit darker. Alright, so anyway, here we go. Alright, I'm going to dip the brush into the Naked color, tap it off, and I am just going to focus this right above my crease and place this color and just go back and forth. I'm going to bring it all the way down into my outer corner, not quite all the way into my inner corner. And just keep running that in kind of windshield motions back and forth. And then I'm going to wipe off my brush and just do small circle motions to buff this line out with my highlight color. All right, I'm going to do the other side. Here we go. All right, I'm going to dip the brush into the Naked color, tap it off, and I am just going to focus this right above my crease and place this color and just go back and forth. I'm going to bring it all the way down into my outer corner, not quite all the way into my inner corner. And just keep running that in kind of windshield motions back and forth. And then I'm going to wipe off my brush and just do small circle motions to buff this line out with my highlight color. All right, I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so I went ahead and blended out both eyes with the Naked shadow. Now I'm going to do my eyeliner. You can do a winged eyeliner if you want. I would probably do like a black winged liner at night. I do that during the day too, but since I'm doing such a dark eye, I am gonna do a brown liner. This is just Stubborn Brown by MAC. It's just a dark brown. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I don't do anything fancy at all. I literally just line my eyes. I just kind of go back and forth, making small strokes. And I don't bring it all the way in either. I never bring my eyeliner all the way in. I think it's just kind of personal preference. I just find it doesn't matter what product I use, my eyes are so watery that I get so much, what's the word? I don't even know what the word is, but the color just leaks down into my tear duct. Alright, so I went ahead and just did the liner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it on the bottom and I'm going to go about halfway in, just on my lash line. Alright, now what I'm going to do is take my pencil brush again and I'm just going to kind of smudge out my eyeliner on the top. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Alright. So I'm just going to pull my eye out and just lightly rub this pencil brush on my liner all the way in. to just kind of smoke this out a little bit and not make such a harsh line. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Is take my pencil brush again, and I'm just gonna kind of smudge out my eyeliner on the top. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. All right, so I'm just gonna pull my eye out and just lightly rub this pencil brush on my liner all the way in to just kind of smoke this out a little bit and not make such a harsh line. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. All right, so I went ahead and smoked out both eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Carbon Black Voluminous, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will come back. Here it is. This is my kind of, I don't even know what to call this. What would you call this? Just like a dark eye look? I don't know. All right, so here it is. I hope you like it. I hope you found it helpful, and you can definitely use lashes if you wanted. I'm not going to use any today. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching, guys.